At last, the glorious days of television are back. Welcome to Providence Television International, founded and powered by the one and only Emmanuel Igariwa, the multiple award-winning producer. Providence Television International, reaching out to the world with very attractive and irresistible programs. With Providence Television International, it will be pleasure unlimited. We are also at your service for social event coverages and live streaming on our channel. You can reach us at our corporate headquarters, 42 Igbesama Street, Benin City, or telephone 08033511599. And to connect with us on live transmission, simply log on to YouTube and then type Providence Television International and you're good to go. Subscribe and let us give you the utmost satisfaction on television. It's a promise. Providence Television International, the game changer.
Well, thanks for staying tuned. If you're just joining in, the program is Edo Decides on Providence Television International, and this is actually the call-in segment, so feel very, very free. You can call in to tell us the situation report in whichever polling unit you are. You can also call in to inquire from us as regards any issue concerning the elections that you might be having your doubts about. We'll definitely give you first-hand information. I have with me, still in the studio, Comrade Solomon Idiogbe. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. Now, it has come to our notice in some polling centers already, collation of results is already in progress. We have some clips to that effect. We have a stroking of result booklets, which is usually done. I think this has to do with Solomon. I think this has to do with trust, as regards, should I say, an issue of trust. Stroking of booklets, result booklets.
You know, it's like a game of umpire. Yes, it may be said to be an issue of trust.
Okay.
And you know, with all sincerity, without trying to be economical with truth, Nigerians have this issue of trust with the electoral umpire.
Okay.
And that's, again, today counts for one of the reasons you have voters apathy. But normally, after the casting of the ballot, because before they start the polling unit elections, they'll bring out, we have 200 persons registered in this unit.
Okay.
We came with 200 ballot papers, and then the beavers is not a transmitter.
Okay.
The beavers is just a counter. The beavers is a biometric device to capture you, to show that you are actually registered in that unit.
Okay.
And then it counts the number of persons that uses it. You should be able to conform with the number of persons that cast their votes.
Okay.
So at the end of this section, the unused ballot paper will be struck out.
Okay.
Just to show to you that they're not going to come agenda.
No.
Then after that, the ones that were the votes that were casted will be brought out. They will be sorted.
Yes.
The invalid votes will be counted. The valid votes will now also be counted for the parties as they were.
Okay.
And then you now know the different figures scored by each political party. Then you now again need to sum it to
be able to
confirm.
match. Okay.
Conform with the number of
result booklets,
brought,
yes, okay.
then actual use, and then with the persons registered in that unit.
All these are just to show. All these are just to bring about transparency in the process. Okay.
Because whether we like it or not, no politician trusts another politician.
Okay.
And we're all political animals. Sometimes we even cry far higher than or far louder than the main
political actors.
Yes.
Okay. Well, on this point, like I said, the stroking of a result booklet is already taking place in some of the polling units. We've gotten first-hand information as regards that. Even the arrangement of ballot papers, arranging of ballot papers. Yeah, we can see that first-hand information that was sent in by one of our reporters out there in the field. That's going on in one of the polling centers, arranging ballot papers. And apart from that, we also have counting the counting of ballot papers, that's still going on. Quite an activity. This actually goes a long way to show that in most of the centers, the whole process is already been concluded.
It's a circle.
It's a circle, exactly. It's a circle. But while we are talking about the collation of results, as the case may be, I would want, for those of you out there, you can tell your friends. And like I said, I'm expecting the calls. Feel very, very free. Anything as regards this election, feel very, very free. We are an authority here, and luckily enough, Solomon Idiogbe, Comrade Solomon Idiogbe, happens to be an election observer. Just a minute, let us take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. You're speaking with Mr. Ferdinand.
Mr. Ferdinand, thank you so much, Mr. Ferdinand. Thank you. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Mukbowo.
Okay, from Mukbowo. All right.
I stay at Tuselu, sadly.
Okay, you stay at Tuselu. All right. Well, from that your axis, how would you rate the level of election? Has it been calm over there at your axis?
Yeah, the election over here so far has become free and fair. There's no issue of violence.
Okay.
No, it has been peaceful so far. So we are still very much at the polling center,
Okay.
counting of voters.
Okay.
And we are still waiting for the results. So I initially called to know how far the election has been at this area.
Okay.
Normally work at that area.
Okay.
Electrical parks.
Okay. Well, actually, to answer your question, it's been actually calm. The polling units around Igbisawa area, because that's where you are quite concerned about. Yes, it's been calm here. There's been no issue for now, and I know that hopefully there will be none. And in other parts of Benin, just like you actually rightly said, from your own angle, Ugbowo, I am happy to hear that things are quite calm there. It's the same situation reports around here. Generally, I think it's been a peaceful election. I think it's been a peaceful election.
Sure.
I believe
that's peaceful.
Exactly, and I believe you are watching this program now. In the studio with us, we have an election observer who has actually confirmed the level of peace that we've experienced in Edo State as regards this election. You have any further questions, Mr. Ferdinand?
Okay, there's no further questions, sir.
Okay, please, I want to ask something. Yes, you talked about peace. The voter turnout in your area, how would you tell it? Was it on the high side or on the low side?
It was on the low side, sir.
Oh, it was on the low side. Okay. Well, once again, Mr. Ferdinand, thanks for calling in. We really appreciate. Please tell your friends and family they have every right to call in. The program is Edo Decides on Providence Television International. Once again, thanks for calling.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, you heard that. Ugbowo axis over time has always been this hot.
Because people had this fear, then coupled with the downpour, and then with this issue of the 2023 presidential elections.
Okay.
A lot of people still hold that in their minds. I spoke with a few persons yesterday. We were talking, and about 6 of them, they had their mindsets.
Okay.
Anyway, they had their preferred candidates.
Okay.
But by the time the conversation was ongoing, I needed to know how many of them have or had the mind to want to go vote today.
Okay.
Obviously, none of them. The excuses range from, I don't know where my PVC is. No, I no go vote now. Where result they already right keep.
Okay.
Excuses. So that will also contribute to
the low turnout.
So these are some of the things, and I hope that as we move on, if INEC is able to rectify the credibility issue,
okay,
it will go a long way encouraging masses to come out. Because I know you don't want to waste your time on something you know that in the end will just be like the ones where Sabis people they call academic exercise.
Okay.
And the ones where they put them well, they will say exercise in futility.
Yes. Please, just a minute. Let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon and welcome. The program is Edo Decides.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please, who is speaking?
My name is James.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome to the program. What are the observations from your side?
I'm speaking from Igwebe.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say that generally the poll was peaceful in this area.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
That's good to
So
know.
let me just, can I quickly ask a question?
Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Yes. Can I ask when we are expecting the results?
Well, I think that's for INEC, because like I mentioned earlier, election is a process. It started from when INEC lifted ban, on campaigns, and people had gone buying forms, showing of interest, a change of names and all that.
How soon are we expecting the results?
We really cannot tell. Normally now the results are trickling in, and nobody has a right to say anything about the result. But
exactly.
But let's hope that between now and the next 48 hours, the results would have been collected. Because don't forget, the results will be collected at the unit level, taken to the ward level. Then from the ward level, they are all also collected to the local government level, and then from the local government level, it now goes to the state rack center. So I'm sure that's going to take a process.
All right, thank you. And how has it been?
Sorry,
yes.
because at the point we had that there was issue of vote buying, not like there was fighting. There was like issue of vote buying in Igwebe. How true is that?
That was, I can't hear you.
There was a time there was a report while we were going round that there seemed to be vote buying issue around Igwebe.
Can you clarify that? Were there any issues as regards your polling unit?
Known to you?
Known to you as regards vote buying?
No.
Okay,
no.
And no violence at all around that area?
No violence at all.
Okay, well,
thank you.
Well, we're quite happy. Thank you so much. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And so you see, it brings us to the fact, generally, that it has been a peaceful one. Although, yes, we know that, I think maybe because you said that your observers actually did hear that there was an issue of vote buying. But I think it wasn't as rampant. There have been no reports to that effect. As rampant as it used to be, would you think that because of the introduction of the EFCC?
No, EFCC and ICP has always been part of.
Okay.
It has always been there.
Okay.
But I'll say this too, that it had to do with the low turnout. Because when there is much turnout, there will be massive vote buying. For instance, I'm aware there was vote buying around this area, around the polling units, about 2 polling units around here.
Okay.
As much as 10,000 naira per person.
Okay.
were given out. So, but it's somebody, while we were discussing in a sister session this morning, somebody said, it don't be like saying a normal thing, vote buying. It don't be like saying a normal thing. So it's like a norm now.
Okay.
And a society that is not sane, it becomes more or less like unlawful for you to be sane.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the way it is. So not like we encourage it, but there's nothing much you can do, because sometimes if you go after the agencies responsible for enforcing this, the next thing they'll tell you is that yes, they arrested you, because sometimes as civil society groups want to know how many prosecutions did you have,
exactly,
how many convictions did you secure.
Yes.
To tell you they couldn't have any conviction, because in the end there was no much evidence there. People did not come to testify, and in the end we couldn't do anything. Sometimes we had cause to ask security agencies while we had an interaction with INEC and security agencies, called it stakeholders meeting prior to the elections.
Yes.
While we engaged them on issues of conviction of perpetrators of election violence and vote buying.
Right.
One of the excuses that was given was that most often those who effect the arrest, the officers at the polling units that effect the arrest, are usually not from the states.
Okay.
And then if somebody in Kogi that came from Kogi to come and participate in a Edo election is a security operative, arrests somebody here, he will definitely return to his location. And you don't expect him to use his personal money to prosecute a matter. And that even the winners sometimes will not even have interest in that matter. They only just have their interest in the ballot, how many votes did not count on for them. They won't go after those who were doing vote buying because they're all involved.
Okay.
Well, very easy excuse to make. But one would expect in a sane society that if a policeman who is not from this state arrests somebody, he should be able to hand over facts and evidence to a policeman he knows resides in that area. He should be assigned, of course, to the jurisdiction. The reason why you have police posts, police division, police divisional headquarters, then you now have area commands, and then state commands and zonal commands before the force headquarters. It's for ease of management of issues, and ease of reportage and flow of a command. But when it comes to this issue of electoral offenses, the stories are much. But we hope that, if you look at it, we are gradually progressing. Before now, I'm sure that by now we would have been counting up to 70, 30, 40 places where you have ballot box snatching, gunshots. But you observe that it has reduced drastically.
Exactly.
And so we hope that as we move on, the election processes are also evolving, because there are a lot of amendments being proposed now for the Electoral Act because of the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. So as you do one election, it's like a test run. People generate facts and then bring it to the table of those concerned, and then there'll be legislations. And when there are, for instance, a lot of reasons why young persons, if you check, you discover a lot of young persons did not participate in these elections as much as they participated in 2023 general elections. A lot of first timers voted in 2023 presidential elections because of the fact that INEC created an impression that there will be electronic transmission of results, and that you are going to see it in the IREBs. And there's this perception that the beavers is what they use in transmitting the results. And people were expecting, if we don't vote, people waited, snapped, and wanted to see it reflect, and they did it. So there's also a conversation now, a discourse, if you like, pressure groups insisting that the issue of electronic transmission should not be optional, because the reason why they gave judgment in favor of what happened in 2023 is that the issue of electronic transmission is one of the options. It's an option amongst options.
Okay, and so it shouldn't be an option at all.
No, it should be, but it should be a concretized option.
Okay.
It shouldn't be can. For instance, I say INEC can transmit or.
I get you.
But when you say INEC shall, it's mandatory.
Because binding, mandatory. Okay. That brings me to my next question. You see, at the end of every voting exercise, as the case may be, especially when there is a counting of the ballot papers, with this trend actually developed like 2-3 past elections, where you see the electorate, they wait behind. They say, no, we must see you count, and then we must see leave this polling center intact. What is your take on this?
My take is just still based on credibility issues.
Okay.
Because if we know that the election body, EMBs, election management bodies, are going to do exactly what they should do rightly, there will be no need to say, let me wait. But because we know that Nigeria, monkey they carry money swallow, snake they swallow money. So even the ballot papers can be swallowed by a tortoise if it is not the results are not made known. So that is an issue it's a credibility issue. Okay. People also want to know the results of the outcome of what they did, what they spent their time for. So it's okay. It's not a bad thing.
And so you should. And so you're encouraging. You're encouraging that now. Well, let us go back to that question. Very, very sensitive question that was asked, and I think you answered that tactically, because there are individuals there who will say that Solomon Idiogbe said, or Providence Television said that by tomorrow the results will come out. No, we did not say that.
No, I said it's not time. We don't have a right to put a timing.
Exactly.
We do not have a right to, even if we have access to some of the results, we do not have a right to
even disclose.
Them.
Exactly.
It's not our duties amongst the duties we have is just to take a look, take photo shots if you like, report areas where you see things are not going well, escalate it so that the EMBs can come in. Like we escalated the issue of timing.
Yes.
A while ago, INEC announced that there will be an extension for areas that are affected. So that's our own. It's not for us to tell you who won or who didn't win, or who's leading or who's not leading.
No.
It's not our business.
Exactly.
So, and because we are not the ones collating, we are not the ones counting, and we are not an authority to declare, we cannot tell you when to expect it.
Exactly.
So we can only project.
And so, as the case is, elections, like we said, for all those who were clamoring a do or die thing, I think they've been.
That's how it is. It's tension. And let me tell you, an average politician believe that he's usually the winner of an electoral process. Even when results are announced and it's not working towards his favor, he always believed that he should have been the one that won. Somebody rigged him out.
Okay.
You understand? Then another most worrisome thing is that we must try as much as we can to work on these electoral processes.
Okay.
Liberalize it, if you like, digitize it. Because a lot of issues that concerns voters' apathy has to do with people's convenience.
Okay.
What stop INEC from making our voters' card more or less like ATM card? Because Ikekwa, your bank might be at Ring Road, where your account is domiciled, but you can withdraw money from Kano.
It's true.
With your ATM.
Very true.
So what do we need? The bank doesn't need much from you. They just need your fingerprints, your facial, whatever, your signature. And this information we have with the INEC.
Okay.
You understand? So why not automate it? Why not? Because you have Nigerians now, they collect pass. We get collation of data for BVN. We get for NIN. We get for bank. A lot of things you do, there must be, even for SIM card registration.
Exactly.
You understand? So why they not? Because it also will help you to know a whole lot of things. For instance, if your ATM is tied, if your voter's card is tied to your driver's license, international passports, if you have ATM and all that, it will help us too to over time sanitize the voters register.
Okay. Okay.
There are a lot of people, they say that polling unit, they have 300 voters, and there in actual fact they don't have more than 110 voters because a lot of them perhaps would have jackpot or would have joined their ancestors.
Okay.
But if there were this automated system, if you do not operate your account for a period of 1 year, it is possible that you have either jackpot or you have joined the ancestors.
Okay.
It is also possible too that if you are not, the thing can easily be tracked. You understand?
Yes.
It's also possible that you'd have been incarcerated. But again, there is a judgment in this country that gives rights to prisoners, if you like, so that I'll put it well, inmates, to cast their votes.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're looking at the way that INEC is going to actually perfect its game. But a sum up of this little session, Oliver, Comrade Solomon Idiogbe has had quite a hectic time today, and so we'll give him some few minutes to relax. We are going to take this break. The program Edo Decides continues in a moment, and I'll say this: thank you. Don't go away, please stay tuned. Comrade Idiogbe, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. The program continues in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
At last, the glorious days of television are back. Welcome to Providence Television International, founded and powered by the one and only Emmanuel Igariwa, the multiple award-winning producer. Providence Television International, reaching out to the world with very attractive and irresistible programs. With Providence Television International, it will be pleasure unlimited. We are also at your service for social event coverages and live streaming on our channel. You can reach us at our corporate headquarters, 42 Igbesaman Street, Benin City, or telephone 08033 511 599. And to connect with us on live transmission, simply log on to YouTube and then type Providence Television International and you're good to go. Subscribe and let us give you the utmost satisfaction on television. It's a promise. Providence Television International, the game changer.